intestine and causes gastroenteritis. Although rotavirus was discovered in 1973 and accounts for up to 50% of hospitalization for severe diarrhea in infants and children, according to officials, is still not widely known within the public health community, particularly in developing countries.
It is estimated as well that worldwide 527,000 children aged less than 5 years die from rotavirus diarrhea each year, with more than 85% of these deaths occurring in low-income countries of Africa and Asia, such as the Gambia.
The one-day training for clinical and laboratory technicians organized by the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare in collaboration with the MRC Gambia and support from the WHO was meant to better prepare participants to detect and tackle constraints as well as manage data in anticipation for the country's upcoming rotavirus surveillance.
Countries need good quality epidemiological data on rotavirus before deciding to introduce the vaccine into routine expanded program on immunization. Such data can be obtained through establishment or indeed strengthening of rotavirus sentinel hospital-based surveillance, which is what we are trying to do or to address in this particular gathering.
Omar T, Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, dilated on the importance of the day's training, urging the participants to make best use of the opportunity availed to them for the effective surveillance of the disease in the country.
The importance of this one-day workshop and one-day hands-on training for nurses, clinicians, and laboratory personnel on virus surveillance is a clear manifestation of the Gambian government's drive under the dynamic and visionary leadership of His Excellency, Chief Professor Dr. Alhaji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jammeh, to meet MDG 4.
Participants were taken through the main objectives and expectations of the program by Professor Martin Antonio, highlighting the strengthening of capabilities as key and effectiveness and efficiency in tackling rotavirus as paramount. Although infections caused by the rotavirus are curable and preventable with vaccines, but its outbreak can cause a burden on economies. Hence, officials are calling on the masses to adhere to strict sanitary conditions, whilst hoping that the training will go a long way in harnessing the country's preparedness to tackling its emergencies. Aissatou Badiansar, GRTS.
The Chief Justice of the Gambia, Emmanuel Ajim, on Tuesday evening presided over the swearing-in ceremony of a new Justice of the Peace by the name Grts. Cham was rewarded with the appointment by virtue of the support he renders to the Gambia's judiciary. Modi Jala tells us more.
At a brief ceremony held at the office of the Chief Justice, lawyers and family members of Grts sat to witness history as Justice Emmanuel Akomaye Agim conferred the title of Justice of Peace on this man from Sokoto. After receiving the seal from the Chief Justice, confirming him as a JP, Mr. Cham was all smiles as he started flanked by the Judicial Secretary and Principal Magistrate Hilary Abeke. The honor is in recognition of his invaluable support to the judiciary.
He has donated a court building, a building to the judiciary. The building is to house some court halls at Brikama Magistrates Court. So we are very grateful to him. It is not easy for an individual to spend such a huge resource on a project and donate it to government.
Mr. Cham had earlier been hailed for funding the construction of the Brusubi police station, and his latest generosity has caught the attention of the country's judiciary.
National development shouldn't be only the exclusive preserve of government. The development of a country will also depend on the support of the individuals to government. And this kind of support that Mr. Cham has shown is what we need to move the nation forward.
The title of JP now vests Mr. Cham with certain powers and privileges, most notably the power to certify and authenticate national documents. And for him, the honor came at a time when he least expected it. I was just motivated by my desire to contribute meaningfully to the development of my country, Cham said. The principal magistrate at the Brikama Magistrates Court, Hilary Abeke, was equally grateful to the new JP for constructing new buildings at the Brikama Court.
I will say thank you to Mr. Cham to come during my tenure as principal magistrate in Brikama to donate to our court. Having seen that we are more than 4 magistrates in the court and we have been alternating, but he decided to give us, each and every one of us, a court hall to be sitting so that justice can be seen done.
After the ceremony, JP Jerry Cham walked out triumphantly to a waiting crowd of griots and well-wishers who sang and cheered him for attaining such a distinguished title. But as the new JP revels in his new title, which now effectively confers on him certain privileges and powers, he will hopefully not lose sight of the enormous responsibilities that accompany such titles. As the Chief Justice advised him earlier, he would now have to comport himself in a respectable manner, whilst at the same time demonstrate exemplary conduct in society. Mamadou Diallo, GRTS.
The annual pilgrimage to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is looming ever closer, and officials working in that domain are urging intending pilgrims to settle their Hajj fees on or before the 26th of November 2011. The appeal was made by the GIA Public Relations Officer in an interview with GRTS. Here is an excerpt.
In a sense, what we are saying that on the 26th of this month, September, is the last day for payment of Hajj tickets. Any intending pilgrim who wants to travel to Saudi Arabia for the forthcoming Hajj must pay, I emphasize here, must pay his final amount or the total amount of 119,000 by the 26th of this month, 2011. The reason is that, you know, we have to prepare ourselves for the processing of visas on these passports belonging to the intending pilgrims. And we all know that the visas are not printed in the Gambia, they are processed in Saudi Arabia. So in order to prepare ourselves for the processing of visas on the pilgrims' passports, we have to get ample time to be able to do this. So in order to have ample time to be able to process visas on the pilgrim's passport, we have to set a deadline for accepting payment. The venues, we have stated that the payments can be done at our office in Banjul, 78 Daniel Goddard Street in Banjul, and also our office at Kairaba Avenue. Payments can be done at these 2 offices. At the same time, Mr. Jallo, we are also urging all intending pilgrims to submit their documents, that's the passport, plus the 2 medical papers, that's the vaccination and the medical certificate, plus 2 passport size photos to our offices in Banjul and Kairaba Avenue, latest on the 3rd of October 2011. Also, why are we doing this? Because we all know that when you make your payment, you need to submit your documents so that we can have them safe kept in our offices, and when they are visaed, we'll call them to come and pick their documentation. So we also urge them to send all their documents to our office latest on the 3rd of October 2011.
That was the GIA PRO urging intending pilgrims to settle their Hajj fees on or before the 26th of September 2011. A tripartite partnership involving the International Center for Journalists, the Foundation for Legal Aid, Research and Empowerment, and the Gambia Press Union is training Gambian journalists in elections reporting. Abubakar Dabo now tells us more about the capacity enhancement effort underway at the GPU headquarters.
As the warm-up to presidential and local government elections gradually gather steam, institutions with stake in the welfare of journalists have not folded their arms to overlook their mandate. This journalism training exercise, jointly organized by the International Center for Journalism, the Foundation for Legal Aid, Research and Empowerment, and the Gambia Press Union, is the first of 2 training programs organized to equip media practitioners on standards, tenets, and best practices regarding elections reporting. This, with 2 months to go before the presidential elections, says the country director of ICFJ, is all the more important to put journalists on a stronger footing to be enabled to deliver professionally on their mandate.
It is believed that in the medium to long term, this activity, that is these workshops we are organizing, especially on election reporting, will contribute towards achieving the overall program objective of the ICFJ GPU Flyer project, which is to support the media organizations in Gambia by building their capacity. And in this way, we want to help advance the cause of good governance and basic